A quick question for you. What part of your body makes blood? If you said bone marrow, you will be correct. A little round of applause for you. But bone marrow is not the only thing completely responsible for making blood. It gets help from other areas. For example, your kidneys. I'm Dr. Precious, and today we're going to break down why iron is not the only reason why you're anemic or why you have low blood or why your hemoglobin is low. All those things mean the same thing, okay? But in some areas, they call it low blood for whatever reason. So in our last video, if you remember, we discussed extensively about the things that can happen when you have low blood or when you're anemic. And we also discussed how the test is read. We talked about hemoglobin, we talked about iron, we talked about ferritin. I have received a lot of positive response because a lot of people were telling me they never heard about ferritin and that I should explain it further. We can go back to that, but today we're going to discuss why iron is not the only reason why you're anemic. So next time your doctor tells you you're anemic or your hemoglobin is low, the very first thing you do is not to run and start taking iron, because when you take too much iron, it also has its own issues. Okay, so what you want to do is make sure you find out the exact reason why you're anemic or why your blood is low. So number one, there is iron deficiency anemia. That means you're not getting enough iron, which iron is what is used to make hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is what is in every blood cells that carries oxygen to the rest of your body. Okay, so if you don't have that iron, hemoglobin will not be made. And now, where iron is stored is called ferritin. So if you have iron reserve, your ferritin will also be normal. When your hemoglobin is normal and your iron is normal and your ferritin is low, you are heading towards anemia and you can start having symptoms. Stay with me. Now, in some cases, your iron will be normal, your ferritin will be normal, your hemoglobin will still be low, which is the end product. So if you have the things you need to make hemoglobin, you have iron, you have reserve. Why is your hemoglobin still low? There's another reason. Most people think that the kidney is only responsible for filtration and urine, but that is not the only thing. There is a hormone that is produced in your kidneys called erythropoietin. Don't worry about the big word, you can just say EPO, okay? So this EPO is what tells the bone marrow to produce more blood or not. Remember, in your body, there is something called hormones. Hormones is what takes messages. You see, like your WhatsApp. Hormones is what takes messages to different parts to tell them, do this, slow down on this, or speed up on this. When they sense this is getting low, they tell whichever part of the body that is responsible for making that to make more. When they sense it's too much, they tell you to slow down in production. So that is how your body is supposed to work. And that is why I don't understand people that say there is no God, because that is quite a complicated machine, okay? So, but anyway, now this kidney that makes EPO, when your kidney is damaged or something is wrong with your kidney, or when it's not functioning at its fullest potential, what do you think will happen? It's not going to be able to produce this EPO. It's not going to be able to send that WhatsApp message to your bone marrow saying, hey, increase production. What do you think will happen? Production of hemoglobin, consequently, red blood cells will go down. And then, my friend, you will become anemic. And that has nothing to do with iron. Poor iron. Iron has been blamed for everything for centuries. Okay? But anyway, bear that in mind, because I need you to be informed. I need you to be your own advocate. I used my own story in my last video. Long time ago, I was having headaches. And I don't know why I was having headaches. I went to the doctor. Believe it or not, they did CT scan of my brain trying to figure out why I was having headaches. They did all this elaborate testing. Nothing was found. And all I had to do was take some iron supplements because I had anemia. And once I started taking some iron supplements, till today that I'm talking to you, years and years later, never had a headache. I just don't have headaches. But that is why, part of the reason I'm so passionate by what I do, because if you don't know, you won't help yourself. Sometimes you know your body more than the doctors, okay? Because I was the one that started researching. Hence, I went to school to work in the lab. Like I've told you guys before, I got my bachelor's degree in medical lab science, or what they call lab scientist. So I worked as a lab scientist for some years before I now went back to school to get my doctorate. Okay, so I was the one that started researching, and I was able to find that out, and I started trying different things. And all I took was just simple iron supplement or iron vitamin, and headache disappeared. Meanwhile, I have spent all this money, or my people have spent all this money doing this extensive testing that didn't need to be done, and nothing was found. At the end of the day, I was the one that helped myself. Even though I was anemic, it wasn't to where it raised an alarm, because there's a cutoff mark. When your anemia gets to a certain level is when the doctors start panicking. But people are different. You might be just a little bit anemic and you start having symptoms, but the doctors might not look in that direction. So this is why it's important that you know these things, okay, so you can help yourself. Anyway, that concludes our video today. In our next video, I will tell you other reasons why you can be anemic, why your iron and your ferritin is normal. Because again, iron is not the only reason for anemia or low blood. And I need you to know that, because a lot of people are suffering and they're wondering why they're suffering. They will know that's what it is. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to share this video, okay? I know I haven't been saying this in my videos. It's very important that you share. That's all you can do for me, okay? Share the video, like, comment, so we can continue to dialogue. And that is how we will get this message across to other people. You will be helping humanity by sharing, because you never know who needs it. Thank you all so much. And as always, may God bless you. Bye-bye.